So, okay, after this, I've got a question to ask you here, right? Because this is a really weird story where... I'm sure I'm getting the details of this story right, even though it's from memory, right? But it's so bizarre because another person in the Danish scene... Well, listen, I won't give them the same credit that Hunden gets. He actually brought the players up. But another person who was heavily involved with all talent through the Danish scene was that guy who actually later obviously had some ownership in Astralis or whatever it was. Some squad like that. That guy who basically owned Copenhagen Wolves. Now, this guy... Mate, this guy must be the best used car salesman in the history of the world or something. Because, the joke of used car salesmen is that you come on the lot and, he always convinces you, to get this car.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I say this is, didn't he do something insane? I think it was with you and maybe with Kirby as well. He had some mad scenario where he signed you. You're only in the team, a week or something. And then he just sells you the next week for, a massive... At the time was a massive buyout. Was that really the story of what happened? Did you even play for Copenhagen Wolves?
I played for them for maybe 2 days.
This guy's a gangster then. Fair play. He does business,
me and Rubino and I think it was Glaive and Yugi and Magisk, we were about to sign to Copenhagen Wolves. Back then I was in 2016, I think. And then Dignitas, they got rid of Pimp, I think, and someone else. I can't
Izzy
remember
left
who it was.
to go to G2.
Yes, exactly. And then they wanted me and Rubino, and then he sold us the Copenhagen Wolves. He sold us to Dignitas for an insane amount of money, in my opinion.
Yes.
I wasn't worth, honestly, anything. I haven't played in a single team. I haven't had a real contract before. And I haven't really, made a name for myself. I just played facets and stuff like that in practice with the team.
If people don't know what we're referring to here, I forget the exact figure, but even though this is 2015, that was a buyout that wouldn't be that crazy now for a young player.
But it was mental back then. It was a lot of money. He made bank account of having players signed for 2 days.
Yes.
And the funny part is that at first I didn't think I would go to Dignitas because he told that the buyout, he made a pretty high buyout in my opinion. And then Dignitas were we can't afford to buy you guys out, so buy us out. And I was like, if I'm not going to Dignitas, then I'm gonna be stuck here. And when you got a contract and you're happy that you got an opportunity to join a team, and then the organization kind of holds you back. Sure. That's not when you're gonna have a great time within the team. You kind of just want to leave all the time. But it was just it was a weird start for me as a pro player, being thrown around in all these different teams, playing with different players all the time, and having no clue where I'm supposed to go. So it was a rough start, but we made it somehow.
The sick thing is though, mate, when people hear that story, anyone who was around that period, they're going to think wait a minute, you could have had Glaive as IGL, Rubino was pretty good, Yuki back then was still a talent, this team's looking fucking good. But to be fair, this was when, remember people, Glaive hadn't gone back to top pro play yet, that was going to happen later with Astralis, Yuki wasn't a known person, so, but even so, mate, that wouldn't have been a bad team, that team could have done something.
I think if we stick with the team, we would probably have been pretty good, but it's kind of weird because Glaive didn't want to in-game lead.
Yes.
And that kind of threw us off because then we had to get an in-game leader, and we tried to play without an in-game leader, but we just got wrecked in practice when we played. And then we tried to get Hunden as in-game leader in the team, and then we threw Magisk out, which was probably a pretty stupid idea. and then it kind of just felt we were just playing to play and to earn some money, and we weren't really doing anything special, to be honest. And then I got the Dignitas offer, and I said yes instantly.